Right, I'm joined by Dr. Isaac Osumesa. He's Senior Lecturer, Political Science Department, University of Ghana. And of course, he's leader of the research team. So he's not just a member, but he led the team to put this whole research together. And today we know what exactly the findings are. He's going to tell us a bit more what went into this. Doc, you're welcome to GH Today.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right. So my viewers, indeed, everybody that has spoken to us this morning through phone, through our social media platforms, is asking loads and loads of questions as to how you arrived at that conclusion. What indeed was the criteria in putting this research work together?
Thank you very much. And also, let me take opportunity to wish all our viewers around the world Happy New Year. This is the first time coming to the studio in 2018.
Yes.
So I'm happy to be here.
Good to have you.
Yes. Now, to do a research about government and also the views of voters, we have to go what we call 3 elections. So we went to 2012, and then we also came 2016, and then we were able to have an idea about 2017, what was going to happen if election was conducted. Now, we did this research because after 1 year of every government that is popular that have come to power, your popularity is expected to drop. So that is one of the things that informed us. The second thing that informed us was that there's so much talk about government policies. It's not good, it's good and all that. So we all asked the question, what do the voters say? So that's why we went to the phone to collect this data. But what were the people we interviewed? I'm sure you have already put in the public domain that we interviewed 5,000 people across the length and breadth of this country from 50 constituencies, 250 electoral areas from all the 10 regions of Ghana. Out of these 50 constituencies, 18 are NDC traditional constituencies, 14 are MPP traditional constituencies, 3 are what we call bellwether constituencies in political science.
And which one is it?
Yes. The 3 is Kole Klote. I think this constituency.
Yes.
Klote, this constituency. And then Ablikma Central.
Right.
And then Crowell. Every president in the Fourth Republic has won disease. So we call it bellwether constituency. Every president has won it. So we tried to find out who is this constituency going to if elections held now. And then we went to 15 what we call swing constituencies. The 15 swing constituencies like Medina. NDC won 2012, beating MPP by 10,000. MPP came and won that constituency in 2016. Techima North is one of them. Nkranza South is one of them. Shama is one of them. These are what we call swing constituencies. So we put all these ones together. And the one very important thing is that there's also a lot of talk in the public space about is it important to create new regions at all? So we decided to find out whether people think about creation of regions is important. So we also went to the areas that the regions are going to be created to find out what do they also think, to have a glimpse if there is going to be a referendum in this area, what is going to be their results at the end of the day. So these are the factors that inform us in selecting the constituencies that we selected. So we call it purposively selection. But when it came to the electoral areas, we had no hands in which electoral areas we were going. The 250 electoral area, what we did was very simple. We went through a process we call picking from a hat. We will name all the electoral areas, and then let's say 1, 2, 3, up to 10, and then we will pick 1. When you pick 1 and it's number 7, then you go into the book. Number 7 is which electoral area, then you select it. So that's how we selected the electoral area.
So this is actually what informed your selection of all the areas and indeed the about 5,000 respondents.
Exactly.
That you say that you engaged.
Yes.
The concerns really are how representative and fair that these respondents have been or will be or were, considering what you came up with.
In terms of, there are 2 things we are talking about. In terms of representativeness of the respondents, they are representative of Ghanaians. No question about that, because I'm sorry to say, I teach research. That's what I do in the university. That's what Ghanaians pay me to do. So in terms of choosing the right people, we make sure that we chose the right people, being informed by a number of factors. That's what I've mentioned some of them to you. So in terms of the people we selected, they are very representative, no discussion about that. But so as to whether the answers they gave us were the right answers, that I cannot vouch for them. Because if I come to your house and I ask you if this election is held this morning, whom will you vote for? And you tell me that you vote for PPP, and tomorrow you change your mind and go and vote for NDP, I cannot answer for that, because this is what they told us, that if this election is held this morning, this is the results that we will get. So as of the time we asked them, this is what the people told us, and this is what we are reporting. We are just reporting what the people told us.
So we'll go into details of exactly what those questions that you asked and what their responses were.
Yeah.
But you're telling us per this report that 62% of Ghanaians gave government a clean health bill, which may be like a grade C.
It's about.
I mean, you're a lecturer.
Yes, about 64% actually to give the government approval rating. And it depends.
So it's about a grade C thereabout, which might not necessarily be, you know, a very good grade, really.
In this country, our levels are quite low because we didn't say any president have to get a 55 to be the president. We said just get 50. Majority of Ghanaians. So if approval rating is 64 or 62, I think the government should be happy.
That will probably, you know, fit in that description. But I'm looking academic.
Yeah, in terms of that, it depends on who, because there are some students who get B plus and they are crying. Some students get C. Wow, glory be to God. So it depends on who you are talking to. But in terms of the government can do more. They have a lot of.
So it's just average. It's
just average. If I may put in this context.
So will you call your own findings disappointing?
Yes and no. Why do I say yes and no? Well, mine is to report what the people told us. One of the issues that the key points which made this government.
I said earlier on that I want us to take time so that we go into the details. But now I'm finding out from you personally.
Yes.
If this is just an average score as a lecturer, will you call this disappointing?
Yes, I'll call it because it's disappointing because the main reason why NPP won the election, number one, there were three factors. Number one, the campaign issues, jobs and economy. When this government came in the 1 year, they have not provided the jobs. Second was education, and third was health. Education, they have brought a free SHS, so I would say that they have done something in that area. Health, they have restored the nurses and teacher training allowance, and they have also revived the national health insurance. So that also give them. But the fundamental one, the economy and the jobs has not been fixed. If you ask me to rank the voters get the government 64, I will give the government 60. From my personal point of view, I'll give the government 60. I will not give the government 64 or 62. I'll give the government 60 because of the reason they made the fundamental point. You remember NPP manifesto that they launched. The title is Agenda for Jobs. Yeah. It meant that when you come to power, my number one priority is going to be creation of the jobs. The creation of the jobs have not materialized. So if it has not materialized, the reason why I am employed as a lecturer is to teach. The first foremost. So if I come to the university and I'm not doing that first, the second one is to do research. The third one is to do extension service. And I'm happily doing extension services and I'm doing research and I'm not teaching the common. And I'm not doing my job. The reason why I'm employed.
And so I find that interesting that considering that unemployment, for instance, is a major issue, it didn't kind of feature, you know, massively in this report. I mean, like you rightly say, this is a government that undoubtedly failed in their own target of, you know, providing some factories, let me even put it that way, some factories in some districts in the year 2017, and we didn't see that happen.
Yeah, so as you rightly said, the main factor that gave them the power and also to create a one factory and one
district, one factory.
One factory. It has not materialized. So the government has a duty, if they want to continue to enjoy the support of Ghanaians, is to quickly take that issue, very, very, very critical issue, and prioritize it and work on it, because people are really disappointed that the government has not done anything about that. So,
per your findings, an estimated 35% of respondents interviewed said that unemployment situation in the country has largely remained the same. Was that the case?
Yes.
So it's okay. So let's now launch into exactly what they said.
And even some said that the figures I can't check, but even some also said that it has even worsened. Apart from the fact that it has remained the same, some even said that it has worsened.
Which percentage said it worsened? Going through, kindly get that for us.
Yes.
Going through the report, at least what I have cited, I have a feeling that per your research, unemployment didn't kind of take that kind of a center stage. And you can correct me if I'm wrong.
No. unemployment dictates. The study was not really about unemployment, but we asked that question clearly. That
yes, let's go ahead.
We asked that question clearly. That has your employment situation improved over the period of time? And as 35% said that it has remained the same as last year. This year. We have 35% say remain, and 31.9, which will run up to 21.9, which will run up to 22, told us that it has worsened, and then 31.8 told us that it's improving. That doesn't mean that it has improved. It's improving. It's that there's some hope, hoping against hope. That's about 31.8%. So we're also running to 32%. That's why. And then others say that there are new and emerging opportunities, which are 9.2. So about 9% so far. So that
it's interesting the figures, though. I mean, considering that jobs a big deal, or I'm thinking that probably, per the 2018, budget that suggests that, I mean, 2017-2018 budget that was read, as the year 2017 wrapped up, that suggested that we're going to see a lot of jobs created in this year. I don't know if that probably informed, the responses that you got from your respondents as well.
It is possible it may have informed them, because we did a study in December. That time the budget has not been passed yet.
Okay.
Yeah, so it may have. It has been read, but it has not been passed. So it may have informed some of them. But it's important that also to mention that unemployment is a very frustrating for people. There are some people who told us that they finished university, they stayed home for 3 years, and they were hoping that the MPP, as soon as they launch into government, they're going to create their jobs. And they have still sitting in their house waiting for their parents to give them chop money every morning. So it's a very serious thing, and the earlier the government take action on that, the better it will be for the whole country, not for these people alone, because you are forming an army, more or less.
Now you mentioned free SHS as well, and considering all the challenges that came with it, are you surprised that it still remained like the best policy of the government?
I'm not surprised it remained the best policy about the government, but I was surprised to see the approval of the timing of implementation. Because we all know, people said the government should have waited and provided infrastructure. Government should have waited for at least 2018 to implement it. And 77.4 told us that the timing was the best at the time. So I was surprised about that. I know some people will be happy with it, but not that huge percentage of the timing of the free SHS.
You remember that going into the 2016 elections, you put up another poll. That actually put the NPP ahead of all the other political parties. Now we've seen this other one, which obviously doesn't seem to be too critical of governments. That's my opinion. Won't you be worried that the other political parties might probably be thinking that, yeah, so they're putting up all of these research, projects to favor the NPP?
Thank you very much. As realized in 2016, when we put up the survey, we said that NDC was trailing the government by 9 percentage points. 9. When the results came out, it was also 9 percentage point trailing. Exactly the point. It's possible others will say that yes, he's MPP person and this and this and that. In fact, I'm not worried about it, because there's a saying that if the Lord has investment in you, the devil will not clap for you. So I am not worried about that. And it's important, as a political scientist, we are also interested in what happens in the NDC as well, because when when only one party is doing very well, then the country is moving towards one party, and that is dangerous for the country at the end of the day. So we also wish NDCs to do very well, but if they are prepared to have the information that we have put up, we'll be very happy to share with them. For instance, in 2016, we have some information that if NDC will take A, B, C, D steps, it will increase their fortunes. We were not saying that obviously they were going to win, but to increase their fortunes. But they rather insulted us. So for us, we are doing our work as being lecturers of the university at the end of the day. We are not worried about this at all. If it's not going well for the government, we'll say it. Just as I've told you, the employment government is not doing well.
So what you're telling us now is that per the situation on the ground, government is on course.
Yes, for the situation on the ground, from the voters, the government is on course, except about the unemployment. The government is on course. From the so far, the information that they have given us.
Okay, so for a lot of you who have been asking questions as to exactly how that this team arrived at that conclusion, you know, that the NPP was on course with the economy, employment issue, and all those questions that you've been asking the whole morning. Well, we have some pictures coming up on your screen. You get to find out exactly what the methodology was, exactly, you know, what informed. Indeed, Doc has spoken about what informed that process of selection, you know, of respondents as far as this particular research, you know, findings are concerned. What will be your response, Doc, to people who may not understand why a department of a university will be commissioning such research works, which seem to be provoking a lot of partisan, you know, controversies?
Thank you very much. As I indicated earlier on, the university is owned by the Ghanaian people. The Ghanaian people's taxes is what they use in paying my salary. The Ghanaian people's taxes they use in paying for the electricity that I use at the university. So as a university, we have a responsibility to teach, number one. Two, to provide knowledge for the public, knowledge from all spheres, from health, agriculture, education, businesses, economics, and all that. So as a department of political science, we teach politics. So our duty is to come up with information about government policies, about elections, about democratic growth, and so many other factors that is good for good people of Ghana, whose money, whose sweat that I am enjoying my salary at the end of the day. So this is our work, and that is what we are doing our work.
Well, Mahama Musa from Daboya, he says that, or he's asking a question. Mahama says that what? How did you get the 62% of Ghanaians happy with government performance so far? He gives us 3 hashtags: poor free SHS, no single, one district, one factory, no one village, one dam, and many more. I think that we have touched on some of these things.
Yes, that's very good. In fact, we asked the question, rank from 1 to 10 the performance of the government, from 1 to 10. Yeah. But in political science research, questions that are very important to you, you ask it about 3 times. We call it a measure of consistency. So we purposely ask the question, from 10 to 100%, what percentage will you give the government? Then we went to ask, from 1 to 10, score the government. So the mark that we've given now is not a mark that I, as a consumer, think, but the marks that the Ghanaians rank the government from 1 to 10, the percentage that they give the government. Of course, as he rightly indicated, one dam, one village has not come on board. One district, one factory has not rolled out yet, or if it has rolled out, maybe.
We've not been given some figure, and then we're told it's starting soon, but we still don't know when it's starting.
Exactly. So these are all issues, but it's the Ghanaian people who ranked it. Let me be quick to add that there are some NPP, in fact, he's a constituency chairman, who told us that if his election is held to today, he will vote against the NPP constituency chairman in the Western region. And then the question went, and we asked him why. He told us, you know what? The government promised to prosecute corrupt officials. The government has not done anything about it. So for him, the government has failed. So on the scale of 10 to 100%, he said he will not give the government 4. He will not even give the government 10%. Let's put that aside. There are some people who are NDC, who have been voting for NDC all this year. They said that if his election is held today, they will vote for the NPP, and they gave the government high approval, I think about 80 to 90%.
And what were their reasons? Free SHS?
Because of free SHS in voter region. Because of free SHS in voter region. So a number of factors come into play when people rank government. You see, individually, we must be very clear that we are all egoistic. Everybody is egoistic to start with. You think about your personal economy before you think about the general community economy, before you think about the national economy. So if for me, the government has come and the free SHS, I'm enjoying it, the government may be good for me. But for me, if government have come and I've lost my job, the government is a bad government. If for me, government has come and my family is doing well, the government is doing well. So a number of factors come into. So you may not have benefited. This community may not have benefited. Somebody has benefited, and that person happened to be sampled, and he give us his view. Is what we will report at the end of the day.
Wow, interesting. A few of your messages coming up. This one says, and indeed it's Erickson inside Laura. Erickson says,
Laura.
Yes.
Yes, we were in Laura.
You were in Laura?
Yes.
Okay, well, he says that when will hypocrisy stop in Ghana? This survey is just seeking attention. Where and where have they gone, and which kind of people have they engaged to come out with this fabulous survey report? Okay, so like he said they were in Laura,
were in Laura.
And he mentioned, indeed, he gave us the categories. He says, what, 18, was it 18% of, oh no, I think he mentioned something. He gave us 18, 14, and 3.
Yeah, in terms of the constituencies, 18
okay, so
NDC.
18 constituency, NDC constituencies,
Yes.
14 NPP constituencies,
3 Bellwether constituencies, and then 15 swing.
Can you consider these Bellwether constituencies as swing constituencies?
Yes, they are also swing, but there are different type of swing. Because for some swing, for instance, Techima North is a swing, but Techima North, 2008, they voted for MPP, but MPP lost.
Okay.
So it's a swing, but special swing. Yeah.
I mean, you said early on as well that if we didn't look at some of these features or issues that you have put out in this particular findings, this country probably might be going on, or probably might be going in one direction. I beg your pardon. I'm trying to remember what you said, because you said it, in your earlier statements. Can you safely say then that we're probably looking at a two-party democracy state as a country today as we speak, or you think that the other smaller parties have a chance or stand a chance?
As a matter of fact, as we speak now, and at least for the next 10 to 15 to even to 20 years, there'll still be the two parties. Because there's always the Ghanaian people don't want to be associated with a party that will lose. Because people think that if they don't want to be associated with a party that will lose. Yes, will lose, because Ghanaians want to ensure that their vote counts. So they will vote for MPP because MPP will win, or they vote for NDC because they are sure NDC will win. So for them to really give their vote to another party will be very difficult, at least for now. They will always vote for either the MPP or always for NDC. This is where we stand now. It's important that maybe we have gotten a third force. But in all the advanced democracies, there are two strong parties. So I think it's not too surprising that Ghana is going to parties as we speak now.
All right. Well, if you just joined us, it is 18 minutes after 8. I am on GH1 TV platform. If you're on your DSTV channel, it's channel 361, and this is GH Today morning show. My name is Baiswa. We're looking at the research finding that suggests that actually the 62% indeed of Ghanaians are in approval of the NPP or ruling NPP's administration the past 1 year. Exactly what are your own thoughts, and of course how exactly would you score the government, considering where that you stand? Yeah, so I'd love to still hear from you. I have a lot of messages. I'll read a couple of them. We're wrapping up now. Your research as well narrowed in on who the NDC will choose as a flag bearer going into 2020. Who are these favorites and why?
But His Excellency former President will lead NDC.
Okay.
Yes, I'm very confident that he will lead, and because he got 58%.
Why? What are they saying?
Number of factors. Number one, they say he's been a president before.
Okay.
Two, he will be easy. It will be easier for him to be marketed than any other candidate. Number three, they say he made a lot of mistakes. Let's give him the chance to come and correct those mistakes that he made. And for the others who are also in the MPP who think that he should come, they think that they want to have a final bow between two presidents, because Mahama has been a president before and there's a certain president now. So it will go into the annals of history that two people have contested 3 times who all had equal chance of winning the election at the end of the day. That's why people thought that former President John Dramani Mahama should lead the NDC. And that's why they gave approval rate of 58, and I think it is extremely high. And I'm very certain that if they do their primaries this year, he will be the flag bearer.
Wow. Well, not too long ago, a couple of days back, indeed, former housing minister, deputy housing minister, Joyce Bar Mokhtari, actually said something that suggests same. So we'll keep our fingers on the tabs and see exactly how that goes. And we're out, but there's a very important question that I know that you want to find out as well. I just remembered. Forgive me. And I stand to be corrected once again that considering all the security challenges, I mean, caused by vigilante groups that are sympathetic towards the NPP, it seemed not to have featured in your research.
Yes, as I indicated, we did not ask question about security.
Why?
Now, I'm coming. We have objectives why we did the study. And I gave you asked me if I'm ranking the government, why will I rank the government? I didn't give the government 70 because in the area of security, especially civil society relation with security, the government has not done well in the last 1 year to the extent of vigilantism and all this. So that's one of the reasons why I'm not giving the government so much high score. But the government came to power with number of reasons why they came to power: economy, jobs, and blah, blah, blah. These are the reasons why they came to power. So we measure them along those sides. But we also have to measure them along how is the government protecting the citizens and people of Ghana. And this is where this is coming. So when we ask the questions that we ask to know what the Ghanaians think. But obviously, it is clear enough that the government has failed in that area.
Well, because obviously without a strong or a peaceful country, we can't have a stable economy.
Not at all.
So let's exactly how government deals with the issue of security in Ghana in this year and beyond. Dr. Isaac Owusu Mensah, Senior Lecturer, Political Science Department, University of Ghana, and leader of that research team. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you for having
your
me.
time. And of course, thank you for all of those messages. Just one quick one and then I take leave of you. So, Abdul Basit from Zongo Pioneer Kumasi, he who claims impossible claims laziness. 1 year of President Addo is better than NDC 8 years because free senior high, one district, one factory, 17. Are you serious about the one district, one factory? Please, don't go there. You're talking about a number of things that I probably would want to be talking about later on the show. But thank you for sending in those messages. Guess where all that energy is coming from? Right here. You get me? It's all about special energy, special malt, and all the special things on GH today. Stay with us. There are more interesting conversations coming.